Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League, issue 5. Greg Rucka writing with NICOLA SCOTT on the art. So, this is them on the Watchtower. The rats are running around, which they also are responsible for. And Wonder Woman found Cheetah at the end of the last issue and brings her to the holding cells right away. But of course, when Cheetah gets in there and she looks over at Shoes, who's sitting there because of the whole security issue from last issue, Cheetah gives her a little wink as if to say, everything's going according to plan.
And the shock on Leanne's face, right, on Shoes' face, cracks me up because it was like, oh, I just got played.
Yep.
Right? You know? So again, NICOLA SCOTT just killing it with art there.
Yeah, and it's all part of the plan because, like, I guess her not knowing the real details makes her part of it more believable. But yeah, I mean, obviously the rest of the team sneak in through this satellite, which is having a malfunction. So Star Sapphire, Carol goes out to get it and brings it back, and then when they leave the room, panel opens and the rest of the team all come filtering out. And it was like, all right, we're on the Watchtower, let's go and sneak around. And these rats all explode, by the way. Like, that's the thing they set up here. To the point where one of the lines that made me laugh the most in this issue is when Clarion's cat is carrying one in his mouth, and he says, this better not go off in my mouth.
which I was like, what is he talking about, right? Because they haven't started to explode yet.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of foreshadowing. Also, did you notice that the cat was wearing his own spacesuit? Or their own spacesuit?
I did, yes.
When they got out of the thing, which that gave me quite a laugh as well.
Yeah, no, I got a chuckle out of that. So they all split up into like pairs or whatever to go do their part of the mission. And, you know, Wonder Woman's like talking to Sapphire and Red Tornado about why there's weird anomalies, because he starts detecting all these life forms. He's like, there's 170 life forms on the station. Oh, now it's 168 because 2 have blew up. And they're like, wait, this must be a mistake. Reboot your system, Red Tornado, right? It's like, okay, we'll put the station in lockdown, and he can reboot while it's in lockdown, and then he's running a diagnostic. We'll see if there's something wrong. But of course, it's when Batman calls, because Batman gets a little ping saying that they're on lockdown, and he's like, hey, Diana, why are we on lockdown? And she mentions the diagnostic and whatever. And there's just this moment where all, like, 3 of them, Batman, Star Sapphire, and Diana, all realize at the same time, we're being robbed. Something's going on here.
No, it's Question, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Oh, sorry, it's Question. Yeah, because Question's...
Which is the RUCKA trilogy, right? 3 characters I definitely associate with Greg Rucka at DC, which I really love that build to that moment.
Yeah, because Question's obviously maybe the sheriff of the station, so she's naturally trying to put this together as it's all unfolding.
And yeah, because Question's like a false positive. Why would it read a false positive? That doesn't make. And then we get Batman and Wonder Woman putting it together too, and just the build to that. We're being robbed. And each of them have a different word on each of their own respective panels. Yeah,
and it's right before that where they've got what's the girl's with super strength name again? Featherweight. Yeah. She like has to break into the vault that has the power box in it, and like basically because of the way her powers work, she has to get angry at the thing she uses her power on. So like Cheetah has to whisper in her ear about how this represents the man and keeping us down. get mad at it. So
I love it.
she blasts through the door. It's a good fun moment.
I love how much at the end of the day, like, we're dealing with satellites and space stations and power banks and a Cheetah woman, but it's still very much like a lighthearted heist.
Yes.
And all the beats fit perfect, and just Barbara Ann, the one that's mentioning, is like, hey, don't think of it as a door. This is a barrier protecting, a weapon that's being used by the state to stifle the individual. And the fact that she had that ready to go is another reason I love Barbara Ann.
Yeah, and you've got these exploding rats, which the whole idea is that, hey, there's all these false positives all over the station, and then they're blowing up, so they're just finding pools of blood. just long enough that they're not keeping track of the the actual culprits who are trying to rob them. And I love like the challenges of the unknown, like carrying a cage of like 5 rats, and they start like just popping in the cage, and like rats aren't supposed to do that. So that's just all fun, and then alarms go off once they realize they're being robbed, and Superman and some others come in, and they actually find the team, right? And there's actually a really funny moment here where like it's, Tim's looking over, or sorry, Damien's looking over and saying, you know, Alia, meaning featherweight, and she's just like, "Hey, cuz."
She drops her hood down, like he can't see her, you know, and that cracks me up.
Yeah. I got a chuckle at that, and then Blue Beetle's like, Leanne, and they're basically like, oh, like you're not going to get past us. You've got like 50 Justice League members on either side of you. How are you getting away from this? Because like a big part of the Watchtower is that you can't just magic your way inside it. But then they're like, but we can magic your way out of it though, and then they'll just teleport to some snowy mountain, and it seems like they've gotten away with it. It's all smiles and hugs. But the cliffhanger at the end is that Clarion was working for another group this entire time. Because Black Adam and his cronies are there, waiting for this power box. Clarion's delivered the goods. So yeah, it's the Monster Society, right?
I forget what they are, but yeah, it's all the magic guys. You got Grundy and the Crocodile Woman and Papa Midnight. So yeah, whatever we'd called them.
I can't hear. You said Papa, and I was sure you were going to say Shango. I was.
That's where Papa Shango gets the name from.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. It makes sense. I mean, obviously, the heist itself was fun. I loved the moment where they kind of pull it off, and the awkwardness of like the League members realizing, oh, Leanne was a part of this. Like she was like helping the bad guys do this. I thought that was a fun little bit, and that awkward exchange with Damien and Featherweight was good too. So yeah. Just, I mean,
and the whole discussion between Barbara Ann and Leanne, where you choose who you want to be, right? Like, yes, you are your mother's daughter, but you're also your father's daughter. But if you don't want to be that, right, you want to do your own thing, then do it. So I do love the idea that Barbara Ann helps out both of the younger kind of figure out who they want to be. And if that's what they want to do, I like that she's that character for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been saying this since the start, but like this book's been very good at like, really making the characters work. So you just care about what they're doing because you want them to succeed for them, rather than because you care about the plot from some big grand stakes level on its own. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun rooting against the characters we normally are rooting for, because we're wanting the villains to, because we don't see them as evil. They're not evil villains. They're anti-heroes, and they're kind of mischievous, but they're not. They're not the Joker.
Getting a score.
Yeah, you wouldn't be rooting for the Joker in a heist, because he would be getting these powers to murder everyone.
Yeah, if you swap the Joker as a Joker heist, you're filled with dread the entire time he manages something. Like it's the opposite of a fist pump, when they figure things out.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like talking about NICOLA SCOTT here, like, we've been saying repeatedly throughout this entire book that her performances on the character faces are so good. Like the reactions to things, the little looks and glances. I mean, that example early on with Cheetah winking at Leanne, and Leanne sort of like being shocked, but then smiling as she realizes that this is all part of the plan. Like that's perfect, and it's all just visual. It's all just in the art. It's all the art doing the storytelling there. It's really good stuff. So hard to really complain. And honestly, this little twist at the end here, I think it's interesting, because it's like, okay, we've done the heist, but now it's like we get to root for the characters wanting to keep this power box potentially from an even worse group of people who lately want to do very bad things with it, even though Black Adam's already like Superman levels of power, but that's neither here nor there.
For sure.
You can always want more. Unlimited power, Palpatine might say.
And the what did he say? The levels of power have shifted in the DCU.
Oh, the hierarchy of power in the DCU is about to change. Yes.
That's what. That's kind of funny. They've made that his gimmick the last couple months. between this and what's going on in Justice League Unlimited, or not just Justice League Red, not Unlimited.
Yeah, Justice League Red. That's the other one. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's very, very funny. But yeah, this was super solid. Super solid.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And this was a lot of the fun, like the heist playing out and you realizing the plan happening as it happens. So good fun stuff. What are you giving Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League issue 5?
I'm gonna give this a 9.5.
Whoa! I know we were positive. I don't know if I was hearing 9.5 coming out of you. I'm going to go 8.5. I think it was a lot of fun. I think that because it's a bit more plot focused, there's less character moments than some of the previous issues, which I do think are the high point of the book. So I'm going a little lower than the 9 for that reason.